Can I just say how much I appreciate all of you black men out there supporting black women? Because one of the first stereotypes when I moved to the United States, I moved to Brooklyn, Flatbush. One of the very first stereotypes a white person told me about racism in America is that actually the biggest enemy for black women are black men because they all hate black women. And I can't speak for all your all's community, and I will never dare to pretend that I know what it's like to be a black woman in the United States. But there are so many harmful stereotypes about black men that just ain't true. Also, on a side note, something else that same person told me is that the reason Latinos and black people are more oftentimes incarcerated in the United States is because they're actually too lazy to work and they just don't work as hard as white people do. And still now, that was almost 10 years ago. It blows my absolute fucking mind that someone who considers themselves liberal, Democrat, a progressive thinker, didn't just have all of these views, but felt comfortable enough telling me as a Mexican immigrant. But that's how comfortable a lot of white people are with their everyday racism and stereotypes and problematic statement where they say things where it's like, it's not racist, it's just a matter of fact. So, newsflash, no, it's fucking racist. Okay, I went rogue again on what I actually wanted to say. I came here to say I always love it when I see Latino and black men stand up and celebrate their women because that's what we need more of.
A lot of people are lauding this woman for exposing how immigrants are indoctrinated to be anti foundational black American. All right? And it's something we all knew. I mean, you just can't have, it's not a coincidence that a lot of these guys have these views that come from, the negative representation of us in the media and in other places as well. And in social media too. You can add that in and shit, considering all things considered and shit. Okay, I understand that. I understand that. I listened to it. It was a confession, I guess, of sorts for her. Okay, it was something that she had to get off her chest and whatnot. As far as what I'm looking at, and I gotta say, I really don't care. All right, I'm a straight black man. Okay, I'm born and raised in this country. I served this country. All right, I suffered with this country. I suffer every day. And it's just a very complex problem and shit that I think that a lot of immigrants should just I would like them to leave us out of their mouths. All right, it's none of your business down here. All right, we have to deal with this ourselves. We have a very complex narrative going on here. Okay, very complex problems and shit. It's a fight that we have to do, and the best thing you can do is to leave our names out of your mouth and handle your business and whatnot because a lot of you aren't built for this, okay? That's been proven on the world stage and shit. All right? And it's funny that like a lot of immigrants will have a negative opinion of us and shit when they are presented in the same way by the same goddamn country. All right? The reason I'm making this video is because, it was a video supposedly big upping black men that are supportive of black women and shit. And that's when I decided to make this video because that's even more propaganda and whatnot. They've gone out of their way to either erase or emasculate and infantilize black men. All right, erase, emasculate, and infantilize black men out of existence. All right, to try to lessen our presence. That's why they cater to the black woman excessively or whatnot, besides their spending power. Okay, they spend more money than they make and shit. Okay, it's a proven fact and whatnot, and they're unable to course correct due to systematic indoctrination since the 60s. All right, it's a mess over here, and we would like, if you don't want any heat with us, so just keep our names out of your mouth and whatnot. All right, if you perceive black women to be in front of us and whatnot, it's because you are indoctrinated like most people. All right. This is nefarious bullshit from the minority majority. These people have built a whole society on the most retarded tenet that if you're a different color, you're less than. All right? And I'm not here to talk about that. I'm just want to tell you that black women don't run shit over here. We supported them for decades. We've died for them. We've died for them and the children. We go to our deaths all the time. Every time we leave our homes, we don't know if we're coming back and whatnot. We go into hostile working environments, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. If I talk at length, somebody will, some indoctrinated fucker will say, I'm just, I'm on a victim narrative and all this shit. And we have people here muddying the waters. We have so many mores that I think you should just stay out of it. You're contributing to negative propaganda by confessing, by speaking your supposed truth. All right, well, I don't want to see your supposed truth. I don't give a fuck about your supposed truth. I want you to live your best life and fuck off, and leave us alone. Okay? I don't give a shit. I come from a family of, they used to have strong matriarchs and they have nothing now. It's a dystopian future because they neglected their sons. Okay? They neglected them. They misraised them. All right? Not intentionally, but I live in a dystopian future. In our neighborhoods, they are the matriarchs of our neighborhoods. They are the most educated. They supposedly have the most money, but I don't see any other than, a few billionaires walking around out there. And they contribute nothing to society, our society, by the way. You know, and it's a sin to do anything for black men and black boys in particular. We had Kimberly Crenshaw destroy a program meant for black boys in service of black women who had government oversight since the 60s. And they never change. They'll never change. They'll never course correct. They'll always see anything as a transaction. They have a transactional mindset. I hate to say that. And they're indignant and whatnot. They always think they're right. And we're just tired of it. You know? I didn't make this video to make propaganda of my own. I wanted to tell you that I wish you guys would just leave us out of your mouth. Okay? You're not doing anything to help, despite your mindset. It doesn't change anything over here. All right? Our families are impacted. The nuclear family has gone extinct, by and large. All right? Black men are invisible over here. But when you supposedly sought to big up black men, it was only black men that uplifted black women and shit, which is it's an impossibility. It's a conundrum that I must explain that, when your own women don't respect you, you know, when they don't acknowledge you, when they discount your experiences, only time they talk about it was in service of something they need to get, something they want out of it. So when you come to the fore, and they use your depths and everything to profit, to come up, to get a come up. And then they sit up and bitch about us and say that we turn them into baby mamas and shit. It's ridiculous. And I think your posturing is ridiculous. And, I'm just tired. I'm tired of you guys coming down here and sticking your nose in our business. This is no game. And, I just want to slice your nose off, the tip of it off, for sticking it in down here in the slave quarters, okay? All right? I understand you spoke your truth, and I'm speaking my truth and shit. Mind your own fucking business.